Welcome everybody, and we're going to be working on solving systems of equations by substitution method. So the first thing that you're going to look for is you're going to look, do I have one variable all by itself on one side of the equation in one of the equations? And the answer is yes in this case. X is equal to this expression. So when you go to the other equation, you can't plug it in this equation, you go to the other equation and put parentheses around that x. You're going to fill that parenthesis, we're going to rewrite it and fill that parenthesis with 6y minus 7. So for parenthesis plus y equals negative 3, and we'll fill that in with 6y minus 7. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and distribute and solve for y. Now I have one equation with just one variable in it. Distribute 24y minus 28 plus y equals negative 3. And if you remember how to solve those 5-step equations, distribute, combine like terms on the same side of the equal sign, like these two. Get rid of addition or subtraction with the variable. I have 25y equals 25, wouldn't you know it? I don't like that line there, I'm going to get rid of that. Shouldn't have done that in the first place. Here we go. Then I have to solve for y by dividing by 25. Y is 1. Once you know what y equals, or one of the variables, you're going to take that, put it back in, and solve for x. So x equals 6 times 1 minus, not plus, minus 7. 6 minus 7, x is negative 1. And the way you write your answer is you want to write it in coordinate form. In other words, x and y coordinates, like so. And it turned out that x, which is that, negative 1, y is positive 1. Make sure you're putting them in that order, x then y. Let's try another example. This one's m's and n's. Okay, we can have m's and n's, not just x's and y's. 6n is going to replace the m in the other equation. So this is going to go up here. 2m, not 2m, 2 times, in this case 6n, minus 4n equals 16. Now I only have one variable type, both n's, in one equation. 12n minus 4n equals 16. I'm going to combine these to give me, let's see, 8n equals 16. And I divide by 8n equals 2. I'm going to put that back in here. M equals 6 times 2. M is 12. And there I have my answer. Hope I wasn't in your way when I did that. M is 12. Now, how do you write a coordinate? I don't like that. How do you write the coordinate if you don't just have x's and y's? Well, unless it tells you otherwise, you're going to put them in alphabetic order. M, then N. And there you have it. Here's our next example. I already have a variable solved for me. Why don't you guys give this one a try and see how you do. Pause it and then unpause when you finished. All right, so we're going to substitute this in for y. So I have 5x plus 3 times the y equals 8. And of course that y is let's use a different color, is negative 5x plus 16. So I'm going to distribute the 3. 5x minus 15x plus 48 equals 8. I'm going to combine like terms on the same side of the equal sign. So that would be negative 10x plus 48 equals 8. Then I'm going to bring the 48 to the other side, subtract 48. Negative 10x equals negative 40. I'll finish it off by dividing both sides by negative 10. X equals 4. Once you have what x equals, you can come back up to the top. I usually put it into this one. Y equals negative 5 times 4 plus 16. It really doesn't matter which one you put it into, but since that's already y equals, it's a lot easier to simplify. So y equals negative 20 plus 16, and that gives me negative 4. So my final solution, x was positive 4, y is negative 4. And there you have it. Let's give another one a try. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have a variable all by itself on one side. Great, no problem. We can do that anyway. So here's the deal. Pick the variable, the equation, I should say, where one of the variables has either a 1 or a negative 1 coefficient. And then get that variable by itself. In this case, that's this equation. So I'm going to get that equation with y by itself. I can use other options, but truly that will be the easiest one. So I'll do that over here. I'm going to start by getting rid of that line. I'm going to, well, I could do a couple of things. I could move the 3x and then divide by a negative 1. Or I could move the y by adding y to both sides. So that's 3x equals, all right, I'll do 4 plus y. And then I can get rid of the 4 by subtracting 4 from both sides. So that gives me 3x minus 4 equals y. I'd have gotten the same answer had I done it the other way by subtracting 3x from both sides and then dividing by a negative 1 or multiplying by a negative 1. I'd have ended up with 3x minus 4 equals y. Or negative 4 plus 3x, same thing. Okay, let's replace the y here with 3x minus 4. And then the process of solving for x, distribute. Combine like terms on the same side. Get rid of addition or subtraction with the variable. Let me just rewrite now. I guess I'll just continue. Let's see, 12 and 9 is 21. Oh, this won't be a simple answer, will it? Hopefully I didn't make any errors. Now, 7 goes into 21 and 14, so that's 3 halves. 7 goes into 21 3 times, into 14 twice. Now I need to take that 3 halves and put it back in. Oh boy, okay. So it doesn't matter which one I put it in for. That's x. 3 halves times 3 minus 4 equals y. Oh, not as nice a solution as the other ones. That's okay. It is what it is. We have 9 halves, right? Multiply the tops together, bottoms together. Minus 4 equals y. Now, 9 halves is 4 and a half. So therefore, y is just 1/2. So my final answer in all this, x is 3/2 or 1.5. Y is 1/2. So 3/2, 1/2. Not a difficult problem to do, but it's not the nicest of solutions. But it is the solution. By the way, one thing we didn't talk about, and that is, how do you know if you got the right answer? This one wouldn't be the easiest one to do it with, but you basically take the x and the y values and you plug it in, simplify this side and see if it equals that side. Plug it in, it has to work for both of them because a solution to the system is a value for x and y that give you, that work in both equations simultaneously. And that's what solving systems is all about. So let's give this one a try. Which variable do you think I should try to get by itself? And in which equation? I'd say the second equation, and we'll try to get y by itself. Now this time I will subtract 10x from both sides, just to show you the other way of doing it. Now I'm going to put the x first. Doesn't have to be. I like to do it that way. Divide the whole thing. Or let's do it individually by a -1. Everything on both sides. So y equals 10x plus 3. So there's my y equals expression. So that is going to replace the y value here. 15x plus 4 times equals 23, and we're replacing it with 10x plus 3. All right, let's see how this goes. Distribute the 4. Combine like terms. Subtract 12 from both sides. Let's see. 11, and divide both sides by 55. Now 11 goes into 11 once, into 55 5 times. So there's our answer for x. And then I bring it back this way and plug it in. Well, that's not too bad an answer. 10 divided by 5 is 2, plus 3, y is going to be 5. So my solution here is 1/5 5. Not a very nice answer, but it is the answer, nonetheless. All right, I think that may have been the last example. Sure enough, it is. And you can go on to Google Classroom to see your homework. Have a great day.